Chapter 61:24. After Jacob heard this, he held Charlie's hand tightly and choked with sobs. "Good son-in-law, with your words, Dad's heart will be half at ease. Tell me, what can I do?" Charlie said seriously, "Dad, if you really want to use this method, you have to be willing to go out and be willing to be cut off." Jacob said resolutely, "I'm willing to give up, I'm willing to give up anything. As long as I can get over this hurdle, I will do my best no matter what you ask me to do." After saying that, he was unsure about Charlie's words and quickly asked, "Good son-in-law, if this thing doesn't work out if you rent me a house, can you rent for me in a better community? In addition, what about that? Cullinan, can you let me drive it again?" Charlie was left speechless by Jacob. He is about to be kicked out of the home, but he still wants to live in a mansion and drive a luxury car. Helpless, he could only remind him, "Dad, if this doesn't work out, I definitely can't rent you a very good house, let alone give you the Cullinan." Jacob asked subconsciously, "Why?" Charlie said, "Don't forget, when the time comes that you leave this house, you will still live in this house." After saying that, Charlie said again, "If I rent it for you outside, I will rent you a mansion, and then I will give you the money to open it. Mom will not necessarily hold a grudge against me. I will have to protect myself when the time comes. I will rent you a shabby little house. If Mom blames me, I can still defend myself. After all, we can't let you sleep on the street, right? Then Claire and I have committed the crime of abandonment." Jacob looked at Charlie's serious face, sighed, patted him on the shoulder, and said in pain, I understand. If I were you, I wouldn't want to offend Elaine." Charlie said, "Dad, I will definitely try my best to get you this time. But remember, you have no way out. Now I will fight for the last time. If I don't succeed, I will be a benevolent person." Jacob gritted his teeth. "Okay. I will listen to you." On the other side, when Claire was taken to Elaine's room, Elaine was still red. Focusing on arguing with the traffic police, "I don't understand. Why can't we arrest all the cheaters?" "Why?" The traffic police said helplessly, "Why not? It doesn't count what I said." At this time, Claire opened the door and shouted, "Mom!" Elaine burst into tears when she saw Claire. She cried and rushed forward to hug her, wailing loudly, "Daughter, you are finally here. That bastard cheated on me with his old lover behind my back. Mom doesn't even want to live anymore." Claire quickly comforted him, "Mom, don't think so extreme. From what I know about Dad, he shouldn't be able to." "No?" Elaine cried and said, "His old lover has been away for more than 30 years. I don't know how long it has been since she came back this time. He has not said a word to me. The two of us are still together. They work together in college behind my back. Is that a f***ing job? That was an affair in the name of work. I don't know if they secretly lived together as a day couple behind my back." Claire hurriedly bit the bullet, suppressed the embarrassment, and comforted her. "Mom, Dad is not such a person, so don't get into trouble yourself." "Am I trying to get into trouble? This kind of thing is like seeing a cockroach. As long as you see it, it can't be just this one. There may be thousands of them in invisible places." Elaine said, suddenly thought of something, and patted her thigh. "DMN it. These two are hanging out at the University for the Elderly all day long. Last time the city organized an exchange trip to Korea, there were also people from the University for the Elderly. Did they both go too?" After saying that, she immediately picked up her phone and entered the keyword Aurus Hills Cultural Exchange with South Korea into the search engine, adding the words Han Mai-ching. Sure enough, she found a lot of news content. After all, it was a cultural exchange event organized by the city. It was a basic operation to include the list and introduction of the entourage in the press release. When Elaine saw that Han Mai-ching had actually participated in the exchange, she shivered with anger and cried, This is not for any kind of communication, this is for a traveling affair." After saying that, she looked at Claire and cried, "My daughter, I hate it. Jacob is planting a seed on my head. This BA5 TRD had been together with Han Maiqing for who knows how long behind my back. Claire pursed her lips and hurriedly said, "Mom, that Aunt Han should be quite serious. They will definitely not do such dirty things." Elaine was startled and asked, "Claire, have you met Han Maiqing too?" Mom, I didn't." Claire then realized that she had let something slip. "How to explain?" Elaine asked aggressively. "You have never met anyone named Han. How do you know she is a serious person?" Claire was speechless for a moment. Elaine collapsed all of a sudden and cried, "Claire, did you also help him lie to me?" "Really?" Claire was immediately confused. Just when she didn't know how to restore the situation, Charlie suddenly opened the door and came in. As soon as he entered, he said, "Mom, she hasn't seen Aunt Han before, but I have." "Ah." Elaine was surprised when she saw Charlie come in and asked, Have you met Han Maiqing? Did that BA5 tard Jacob take you to see her?" Charlie nodded and said truthfully, "Dad brought me to see him." Elaine went crazy and scolded, "Then why didn't you tell me? I called you a good son-in-law and treated you like my own son. Jacob cuckolded me, and you didn't even tell me." "Charlie! You are disappointing me too." Charlie did not panic and quickly explained, "Mom, this matter is really not what you think. I do know about Aunt Han's return. I also went to see Aunt Han with my dad, but Dad is really innocent with Aunt Han. And the main reason why Dad won't tell you or let me tell you is for your consideration." "Bullsh-t." Elaine blurted out the foul language without thinking. But after saying that, she immediately closed her mouth nervously. In the past, it was common for her to say such things to Charlie. And she would just say it. She would feel uncomfortable if she didn't say 10 or 8 sentences a day. But things are different now. Now she relied on him for everything, including food, clothing, housing, and transportation. Without Charlie, she couldn't do anything, so she suddenly cursed him subconsciously. She was really afraid of annoying Charlie. So, she quickly said, "Charlie, Mom is not targeting you. Mom is targeting that BA5 tard, Jacob. He said he was thinking about me. How is that possible?" Charlie explained, "Mom, you don't know, Aunt Han has been in the United States for 30 years. And she has done well. She and her first husband, who has passed away, jointly founded one of the most famous law firms in the United States, called Smith Law Firm. You can check it online. It is definitely one of the top law firms in the world. The valuation of their law firm is at least several $billion. And the share they get from helping major companies in lawsuits every year must be hundreds of millions of dollars. Han Maiqing, in fact, is a very low-key person. She has been abroad for so many years. And her classmates in China have no idea about her situation in the United States. It is as if this person has disappeared from the world after going abroad. Therefore, Jacob, Elaine, and their former classmates don't know how Han Maiqing is doing abroad. It was only after Han Maiqing returned to China that she mentioned her matter to Jacob. Therefore, what Charlie said was true and not exaggerated at all. Back then, Elaine was not as good as Han Maiqing in everything. When she heard that Han Maiqing was so good at life, her face suddenly became a little worried and she said unnaturally, "What does it have to do with me that Han Maiqing is so good at it? She is so good at it. Can she get together with my husband?" Charlie sighed, made up a story, and said, "Mom, you don't know what's going on here. After Aunt Han's husband passed away, the family property and the law firm, she and her son inherited everything. Even if they split it half and half with her son, they still have to take advantage of more than 10 to 2 billion US, which is equivalent to tens of billions of RMB. And why did they return to Aurus Hill? She didn't come here for Dad. She came here for her true sweetheart.